Hi guys, welcome to our very first edition ever of Table Time. We're going to do this once a month while we're home. It's going to be a cooking video. Kind of what I'm trying to do here is make things that is possible to make on the truck. This month we are making a cream of mushroom and wild soup recipe that I got from Shannon Green from Cooking on the Truck on Facebook. We're also going to be making a spicy chicken Caesar salad to go with it. This is kind of modified from my sister's kickin' chicken recipe. She created this when she was, God, I don't know, 10, 11 years old. It's basically just your standard Caesar salad, but with a spicy chicken to go on top. Okay, I've got my mise en place ready, which is really just a fancy French phrase for everything in its place. So this is everything that I need for our two recipes that we're making. It's all of my veggies, rice, cheese, spices, meat, which is chicken, everything I need to make what we're making. And Vern, before you yell at me for taking the cheap way out, part of my goal with making these videos is this is all stuff that can be made on a truck. So my romaine lettuce here, I bought the pre-cut, pre-packaged stuff because I have limited storage on the truck. So I didn't want to buy a whole package of whole romaine lettuce because am I really going to use all of it? It's just two of us, and you know lettuce is not good left over. Also, with my rice, I bought a microwave mix. It's just the Uncle Ben's that you make in the microwave, put it in for 90 seconds. Because wild rice that goes in this recipe is expensive, and I don't really have a method to cook it on the truck. So a microwave is easily accessible, so we're just using a microwave blend because it does take pre-cooked rice. Yes, I know. I bought pre-packaged dressing really because I'm not going to buy a bunch of garlic and never use it. These are my spices. Onion powder, garlic powder, crushed red pepper. That's my husband's favorite. I do use a pepper grinder because pre-ground pepper is bullcrap. It's just pepper dust. Cumin, because I love the smoky taste of cumin. I have a big jar of salt because I use a lot of it. That's not even all my spices. I have 5 or 6 more in my bag that I keep on the truck. I have spices that are just for poultry, such as thyme and rosemary. We're not going to use the poultry spices on the chicken because we're making a spicy chicken to go with this. Like I said, this recipe, both of these recipes can be made on the truck. All you would need would realistically be either an electric burner, a propane burner, one of the induction cookers, or I've heard that you can make this in the aroma cooker. I've never used an aroma cooker, but I've heard they're great. So if you have one, give it a shot. I've never done it, so. Oh no! Refrigerator's too cold. Burns the mushrooms a little bit. All I'm doing is rough chopping these. Nothing major because they're all going to get sauteed down. And you want big chunks in your soup because, duh, mushrooms are awesome. Some of these did, though. They got frozen. Apparently the fridge is too cold, dude. I want to turn that up next time. We're also putting sauteed onions in this soup. It's a really, really basic soup. You guys all know what cream and mushroom soup is? Buy out of the can. This is a homemade version. I've not made this before, so it's an experiment, but I think it's gonna be good. So, okay. I got a label on the onion. This recipe calls for a small onion. This is actually the smallest onion I could find at Walmart, but I like onion. Tubbs likes onion, so we're all good. Easiest way to chop an onion, you've got two ends. Get the stem and get the root. I cut the stem off, kind of let it pull some of the peel, and then you see the root? I cut that in half right through the root. What the root does is it holds all of this together, so it makes it easier to chop. And we're gonna peel this, maybe. There we go. You want to get, definitely you want to get the papery skin off, but underneath that papery skin there's kind of like a little waxy layer that you want to take off because it doesn't taste very good. It doesn't cook down like you want it to. I'll get a garbage can in a minute. Okay, there's the papery layer. This right here, that's that waxy layer I'm talking about. You want to take that off. That doesn't taste good. It just gets tough cooking it down. Alright, since we're cooking mushrooms and onions at the same time, I'm starting to tear up. The easiest way to cut this, because you left the root on, you're holding that all together, is just cut through it, because that root's holding it all together. You don't have to worry about it falling apart on you. And I'm definitely starting to tear up. This is a strong onion. I usually don't tear up with onions. And then, okay, come around this side. You can see this better. Because I want a small chop on this. I've already cut it like this. And I'm going to cut it like this. Not all the way through. And I'm going to do it twice, I think. Watch your fingers, guys. It doesn't feel good. Trust me, I've done it. And then we're just going to slice it. See? I got a small chop. Easy. Onions are easy. I'll be honest with you though. I've never chopped onions in a truck. So I don't know if you're going to be dying from the volatile acids in it. Because what it is about onions that makes you cry is there's actually an acid in the onion that combines with tears in your eyes, and that's what makes you cry. There's really not any way to defeat that. Just time. You get used to it. I'm pretty used to it. This is a strong onion though. It's making me tear up a little bit. We're going to cut that like that. And we're going to cut it this way. So watch your fingers. I'm not trained. I've got okay knife skills. Everything I know I've taught myself. Keep your fingers out of the way. That's the biggest recommendation I can give you. And see how that root kept everything intact? I cut it almost out. Alright guys, I got my butter heating in this pan. I've got 3 tablespoons of butter heating in there for my mushrooms and onions. While that's heating up, I'm going to season these are chicken tenderloins, breast tenderloins. Basically just pieces of chicken breast. No bone, no skin. We're going to lay these out on this plate so I can season them. I want to get a really good coat of seasoning. That's part of the cool, awesome tasting part of this. This has got some bristle in it that I don't want. Alright, I'm going to wash my hands real quick. Get all the chicken gulp off of them. I need more paper towels. Throw this away. I only did a pound of chicken. Like I said, it's just the 2 of us, and we don't eat a whole lot. I bought this Slap Your Mama seasoning. It's really, really good. It's a bit salty for what I want to do with it, but I'm going to put just a little bit on my chicken, just because it's got a good taste. I like it. What? This is a spicy chicken, so we really want this chicken to hold up to our Caesar dressing. So, cumin, best thing ever. Cumin is very, very smoky. You kind of get that barbecue Mexican taste. Come on. Put it in my hand. It's easier. I like a lot of cumin on stuff because it's nice and smoky. It doesn't add heat. It's not hot. Cumin is a great spice. It is not spicy. So if you don't like spicy food, cumin's awesome. You want a little bit of garlic? Yeah, I gotta shake around this one. Garlic, because garlic, you know, it's garlic. There's nothing better. And we want a little bit of onion too. Shake around that one too. Last thing we're gonna add, not gonna put salt on it. Freshly ground pepper. Just a little bit of that. Fresh red pepper flakes. That's hubby's favorite. He loves these things. Best way to do these, take a pinch, smoosh it between your fingers. What that does is it releases all the essential oils that are in there. You don't need a lot. You just need, and I won't put any of that on the other side because it's hot. All this is, that's the seeds out of hot peppers. Seeds and ribs are where your heat are in hot peppers. So our butter's melting. We're going to go ahead and start our pan for the chicken because I've already got it out. It's chicken. We don't want to let it sit out at room temperature too long. So that's going. This is a non-stick skillet. I don't really need any butter for that. So we're okay. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. It needs to. So this is melted. Mushrooms and onions. That was a pound of mushrooms and 1 onion. So we're gonna dump all of that in. Coat that in butter, stir it around. You can use vegetable oil, you can use olive oil, you can use whatever kind of oil you want. This is an excellent vegetarian meal. If you don't eat meat, this is an excellent, excellent vegetarian meal. There's no meat in it. Honestly, if it was up with me, if I had any, I'd use bacon. Bacon grease. Because bacon. I mean, so we got this all, looks like we got it all nice and coated in butter. We're going to add salt, of course, because what the salt is doing is it's bringing out the water in these, and we're going to add lots and lots of pepper because pepper is always a good one. Alright, so my skillet's heated up. I can't touch it because touching hot things is bad. So because this is for a salad, it doesn't really matter if it cools off. So I'm going to go ahead and cook my chicken while my mushrooms and onions are working. So I'm just going to lay all of this in here. There we go, we got some sizzle. This is super easy. I only seasoned one side. Like you can see, I only seasoned one side because I got all of that in the pan. I'm going to take my plate to the sink. This is chickeny. Wash my hands again. Because I'm chickeny. Now, we only seasoned one side just because it's easier. And I'm a little bit lazy. So now we're going to season the other side. I put some more of the Slappy Mama seasoning on it because it's delicious. And this is not, come on, with the heat, we'll kill it. I'm going to do a lot of cumin on here with that nice smoky flavor. And some onion powder. Now, this recipe, the soup, called for garlic. I didn't buy any fresh garlic simply because I won't use it. And I do not know why this is not cooking. Let me need some more butter in here. So we're just going to substitute a little bit of garlic powder. You can buy fresh garlic, you can buy garlic that's already chopped and it's preserved in oil. That's actually a really good way to go to do that. I'm not putting crushed red pepper flake on that side, guys, because it's hot and I don't want to overpower with the heat. Hubs like spicy things. Me, I'm a little more tolerant. I'm not as crazy about the spicy things. I like it, but alright, I'm flipping our chicken. I can't handle such heat. It looks awesome. And the way I know, you see how it's white around the edges with just a little bit of pink? We're flipping it. Also, too, another good indicator that it's ready to flip is it's not sticking. Especially if you're cooking on a grill. When stuff stops sticking, that means it's time to flip. So this looks awesome. I think those two need another couple of minutes. This is finally cooking. If you look, I added another little pat of butter. We're gonna cook this down by half. So all of these onions are gonna be translucent and the mushrooms are gonna be pretty dark. So that's kind of what we're looking for on that. And then we'll start building our soup on top of that. So our mushrooms and onions have reduced. See how the onions are pretty translucent and the mushrooms are quite a bit darker. So now we're adding thyme, secret ingredient. Thyme is amazing with mushroom. This is another one, it's a dried herb. So your dried herbs are always going to be more powerful than your fresh herb. Take it, pinch it between your fingers. I do a couple of good pinches. All that does, like I said, is release the essential oils. We're going to mix that in. Oh, can you smell that? Alright, so next we're going to start building our soup. This is going to be your basic roux. R-O-U-X. French term for thickener, basically. We used 3 tablespoons of flour, so we're going to do equal measure, or 3 tablespoons of butter, so we're going to do equal measures of flour. So there's 1. I don't measure. I've done this long enough that I don't have to measure. There's 3. I keep flour at home, and what I do with my flour, because I'm not home all the time, is I store it in the freezer. It keeps buggies and things from getting in it. So that made a real thick, you can see how thick it got, just from the flour. All we're doing right now is we're just cooking out the raw flour doughy taste. All we're doing. We're gonna add half and half. A measuring cup somewhere. Do you know where that measuring cup is? Over there? There we go. We're gonna add, because I had 3 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of butter, we're gonna add 3 cups of half and half. You can hear it sizzling. So, this is not a hugely scientific thing, but this is just your basic soup. 2-cup measure. There's 2. I thought there was another measuring cup. Because I now have 2 cups. Tell you what. We're going to make this easy. There we go. There's another measuring cup. Another cup. Half and half is really thick. It's really rich. If you're watching your fat, don't use half and half. Regular milk is good. You can use that. It's going to thicken the same either way because the flour is what's thickening it. So this is cooking a little bit. You can hear it sizzling. And that's just cooking the raw flour taste out of it. So now I need Hubs to do me a favor, so we're going to set you guys down on the counter. Can you see? Alright, well, I hope you can see. So we're going to add our half and half in here, while Hubs, it's okay, goes and puts the wild rice in the microwave. This stuff. That's 90 seconds. Don't plug it in, it might go off. 90 seconds in the microwave. I got it. I got you guys. We're cool. All I'm doing is just mixing this in. This is gonna do its own thing. Anytime you're using a thickener like this, a roux like this, once it reaches a boil, it has achieved its full thickening power. So we're just gonna let it do its thing. If it gets too thick, I'm gonna add some more half and half. But right now, I say it looks pretty good. So we're just gonna let it cook for a few minutes while the rice is in the microwave. Alright. Our soup has thickened up. It finally reached a boil. It's not incredibly thick, but that's okay, because it's still going to be delicious. And I think what I'm going to do at this point, because I had a whole bunch more chicken than I thought I was going to, I think I'm going to make this a chicken soup. So what we still have to add is our rice. I could not find at Walmart just wild rice. So we have a brown and wild rice mixture. And honestly guys, the rice is going to help thicken it up some more too, because that rice is going to release a little bit of starch, even though it's a par cooked rice. So I think we're also going to add, carefully, about half of the spicy chicken that I've already chopped. I went ahead and sliced it up just real rough. I really didn't, do anything crazy with it. So we're gonna add some of that to the soup as well. Gonna let this go just another minute to heat the chicken back up, because it's cooled, because we cooked it earlier. See, look at this now. Look how thick this is. After bringing it to a boil and adding it to the rice and adding the chicken in there, see how thick that is? Doesn't that look awesome? That looks awesome. This is going to be enough for us for probably 2 days, at least. This is our last night at home, so I see you stealing that chicken, buddy. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to go ahead and plate everything up, and we'll be back with the finished project. These are our spicy chicken Caesar salads. Look pretty tasty if I say so myself. It's basically just romaine lettuce, the spicy chicken, Parmesan cheese, Caesar dressing. Easy enough. This right here is our finished cream of mushroom and wild rice soup that we added the spicy chicken to. It thickened up really, really well. Very, very happy about this. I hope you guys liked this video. Tune in for more. We're going to do one of these a month. Like I said, my goal is to do stuff that can be cooked on the truck. By the way, I added the last little bit of parm to this, just for a little cheesy goodness. Hope you guys liked it. Make it. If you like it, tell me. If you don't, tell me. Tell me it was crap. I don't care. I'm going to go edit this video. We're going to eat, pig out. You guys have a good night.